Okay, so I think one of the main challenges I think that we found out here is the whole situation where nobody kind of scouted our location, and we've had difficult, like in most kind of TV shows where you see kind of survival related things, there's plenty of creatures around to be able to be killed, and they can be killed. That's one problem that we've faced out here. What do you think about it?
Yeah, because when we were looking into locations, our main sort of worry was water, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And actually, this location we've been fairly lucky in the sense that we found
very lucky. Yeah,
the stream, but we always thought that where there's water, there'd be wildlife,
yeah,
um, and we were completely wrong with that.
yeah.
Um,
It's quite a dead forest. In many ways, obviously it's very alive, but there's quite a lot of dead wood around. I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but we haven't seen too many creatures along the floor. We see a few birds, very small birds, but we don't see too many creatures.
yeah, like we've seen the odd lizard now and again,
Like in the
but
distance, yeah. Like I've eaten one lizard, a small lizard, that was it.
that
But
was
yeah,
in the other location.
yeah, but that was at a different location. Yeah, so that's been quite a bit of a challenge, obviously, not having that protein source, which is on the ground, like a reptile or anything along those lines. We haven't even seen like rats, which I was hoping at a bare minimum you'd be able to make deadfall traps
Yeah,
and be able to catch them. But that's something which we haven't had the opportunity to do out here because we we found this location on Google Earth.
yeah,
Like all our because we aren't able to fly out to a place beforehand. Like all our like research is Google Earth,
yeah.
really, and
Um,
that is very inaccurate, and it doesn't really show you enough detail, even nearly enough detail.
we had to, after the first 2 days of our first journey,
Yeah,
with that going not as what we planned it to be, and for the terrain not to be what it was, we had to come up with an alternative location on very quick notice.
mm,
And to find this, we've done well in a sense, but it hasn't delivered everything
yeah,
that we were hoping to produce on camera.
yeah,
Um, in terms of being able to hunt, capture stuff, cook, and actually thrive out here instead of just getting by day to day,
and
which
just
is sort
surviving.
of
Yeah,
what we're doing.
yeah, yeah. I guess. But the thing is, there's no way for us to have known where there'd be creatures anywhere in different kind of like rainforests or anything like that. It's all just pot luck. But the main thing that we have got is water.
Yeah,
And that's the most key thing, which I'm happy about. I think that's a very big success within itself.
yeah. If we didn't have the water, I don't think we'd be here.
Mm.
I think the whole sort of um, journey would have been cut very short. Um, the water's been very drinkable, which is why it's so surprising that there's no sort of fish or anything like that.
Exactly, or more creatures, because it's clearly drinkable. If it's drinkable for humans, if it's potable for humans, it's going to be potable for all kinds of creatures. But no, we haven't seen that around here, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, and kind of one thing that one thing that we thought we would find, obviously being next to like a river, we'd be able to fish. We didn't really find that the case. Well, we haven't necessarily seen any fish in there, but I'm guessing there is fish in there, as rivers will have. As you said, there's not many kind of birds preying on those fish, so like where are the fish in that sense? But I think one of the issues is that we changed our location because we had our gear set for one certain location, which is like a lake type situation, and we've had to change that to a different location. In the lake situation, we would have camped very near to the lake and been able to fish out there actively. But being so far away from the river and having to make it a certain trek, burning certain calories, we've had to essentially be more passive in our fishing technique, and that meant using safety pins. That was from our medical kit. It's very much improvised because the idea of this whole survival was not to take out too much equipment, but we had the safety pins and we had some fishing line. That didn't work because if a fish does get caught on it, then they are going to be able to escape very easily. It takes not much effort. Even a worm could escape that, and a fish is a lot bigger, a lot stronger. All our bait did disappear, so that's
yeah,
sad. But I double and triple put the bait on, so that the worms or the crickets wouldn't be able to move, or like the larvae wouldn't be able to kind of get off because there's too many points of contact going through its body. But yeah, that was an issue that we faced.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're out here to prove, can survival be done by two ordinary people?
Yep.
Uh, you know, survival's quite, the whole survival genre is quite big on TV. And we want to see if two ordinary people can do that. And, we've proven that it can be done.
Yeah.
It can definitely be done. It's not, once you kind of get your basics in, a lot of it is the mental power of yourselves and, keeping each other's spirits up high. I know you've definitely kept my spirits up high through a lot of this.
Yeah.
Doing it alone would be very difficult because of the issue with time and not having any kind of companionship. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, like, it's just about counting down every day. Like, for me, I like to work things out in percentages. Like,
Yeah.
Each day is another 5% of the journey done.
Yeah.
So after today, we've only got 25% left
Exactly.
of the whole thing to do. It's about it's giving me a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
It's giving both of us a lot of time to think.
That career, like what you want to do
Yeah.
afterwards.
And also, like, I don't know, it's, trying to fill the day, like, I think we've spoken about movies non-stop for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and
It's hard to
and food.
keep on talking about the same thing, Like, my feelings of food have changed in the sense that, a few days ago, for the last few days, or a few days ago, essentially, food was all I can imagine when I can get out, essentially. But now I've kind of gone past food because we've talked about it so much.
Yeah.
It's now like not a thing I even care to talk about because it's been talked about, and I know it's going to come. But my kind of more motivation now is just to see my friends and see people who I work with, because I go back to work on the same day I actually land. But yeah, just like food has become less and less important because it's just been over talked, I think.
Yeah, and it will come. Like, we're only
We know it's gonna
5
come, yeah.
days away from feasting, and boy will we feast.
Yeah.
And it will. It's slowly getting within our grasp. Obviously there's certain foods that I want to eat when I get home. Nando's being one of the big ones. And Mexican. Yeah, man. It's just counting down the sleeps. The sleeps are still the hardest thing for me, man.
Yeah.
Last night was tough. I think I've been bitten now more yesterday than I have sort of any other day that I've been out here. So sleeping last night was very tough. It's warm at one stage and then the next minute it's cold. So yeah, it would be nice to get more than sort of an hour on a go of sleep at any one time. But we're not too far away from being in a nice, comfy hotel bed. So
Exactly.
that's what we've got to think about.
Like, time is kind of a big issue, but I feel very content in what we've achieved. We wanted to at least do 2 weeks out in the wild, at least 2 weeks, and we're almost up to the 2-week mark. In our second location, because we did 2 days in our first location, and we're hopefully going to hit maybe 18, 19 days in our second location, and then overall a good maybe 21 days. But yeah, we've definitely exceeded our targets that we wanted to hit. So yeah, feel very proud about that.
Yeah, man, because last week I was feeling really down when I didn't have sleep. It was cold. Kept feeling my body temperature was not where it needed to be, and I was quite close to calling it a day. Walking away from the whole project. But I'm still here, plowed through. And don't have that long left to go, and I can see the finish line now. There's no point giving up now. So I'm quite pleased with myself that I had the drive to stick with it.
Exactly. Often with time being our kind of enemy sometimes, because we have so much of it. The last 100 meters can sometimes be the hardest because it's so close in your grasp, and you're kind of almost just waiting for that time to come, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, another issue we faced out here is you know, obviously we haven't had too many calories, but you know we've been kind of fine-ish. It's obviously healing, kind of healing wounds and injuries. You know, without that kind of calories, like those nutrients and those vitamins and those minerals. If you want to kind of see my hand, it should be healing a lot faster than this if we were out in, like, you know, just the regular world. But it's taken a long, long time to heal. Yeah, it's taken a long, long time to heal because we haven't got that kind of fuel to be able to do that. My knee as well, which should have been a simple like 2, 3, 4 day injury, has gone on this whole time. It happened on the first night and it's still an issue. So yeah, it's just like injuries take a long, long time to heal when you're not eating enough food.
Yeah.
But you know, we are trimming down, getting into really good shape. You know, getting into really good shape. You know, it's not. You know, I haven't.
Getting into A shape.
Yeah, getting into A shape or anything like that. But yeah, like, you know, the weight loss hasn't been an issue at all. You know, obviously it happens, but you know, it leaves you in better shape essentially.
The hunger hasn't been a massive, massive issue either. Like, you know, we sort of expected. I expected there to be like sort of stomach pains and, you know, hunger. You know, absolute. You know, being a killer, like, you know, where I need food, but it hasn't been like that at all. It's actually been quite surprising that, you know, you wake up, you know, that we can still go to sleep feeling hungry, you know. And the hunger is just at the back of your mind, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you think you've changed from this whole kind of process so far? We are getting near to the end.
No, I don't think I've changed massively, but I think I've realised that I'm a bit more determined, I've got a stronger sort of willpower.
A stronger willpower than
drive,
people didn't expect you to get so far.
Yeah, desire than I let people clock onto, and two, you know, I've surprised myself, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
You know,
definitely surprised me. I mean, driving.
Yeah.
So you've got that kind of motivation and that kind of, like, you know, like gumption.
And the positivity, like how positive I have been throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, there have been times when it's got me down a little bit, but, you know, I always try and keep a positive attitude. And
Your PMA, as they say.
PMA, positive mental attitude.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, has been the big thing that's got me through this, is like driving force and the positivity.
Yeah.
What about you?
Exactly. Well, I guess we know, obviously, you know, like, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So you know things are always going to end, but as long as you're tough, you're going to always, pretty much always, like, outweather any kind of storm that comes along. With me, I was kind of surprised. Like, I knew I was able to do this, but I didn't know the kind of the level of, you know, the whole not needing food, the whole level of being able just to sustain, on nothing. I don't mean just based on calories, sustaining on barely anything, but more being able just to sustain out here mentally is very difficult. I think that's quite a hard achievement to do. And being able to put yourself through a very difficult situation and come out the other side, you know, stronger, essentially.
Definitely. What about our friendship? Do you reckon that's changed?
Yeah, I don't think it's changed too much. I think, yeah, in terms of it, you know, we want to get a tattoo to commemorate it, essentially. Just get a nice commemoration, just to see that. Yeah, in terms of our friendship, obviously now know how tough you are as a person. Because obviously before, you know, everyone knows you, you know, you like to go out, you know, that kind of stuff. Always out there for a laugh. But like really, there's somebody 10 times stronger inside you that, you know, people didn't really know existed until you kind of put into that situation. Nobody's going to know. And obviously in the normal world, you're never going to be put into that situation where you have to do that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, you know, in a way we've got naturally growing closer.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole experience, you know, from the planning stage, right the way up to this. You know, and I've seen a different side of Dan. You know, like more of a leadership type of Dan. Like you know when in our circle of friends, you're quite a sort of laid back guy. You know,
not really don't care about plans too much.
Doesn't care about plans. You know, sort of knows what he wants and does what he wants.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know,
I'm definitely quite headstrong. Like at times I can be headstrong and be like very have a quick fuse in terms of just like being a bit snappy sometimes. So I'm sorry about it, but that's something which I can do sometimes. Only in a situation like because this is a situation that I care about, but like going out and stuff like that in England or London, it's not really something which you're invested in. So it's not something which I'm just laid back about to us outside of here. But like in here, there's just so much kind of going on and a lot of pressure to get things done. Because obviously it's taken a lot of planning, a lot of money, and a lot of time. And like we want to kind of make a success out of what we do. Yeah. So what kind of things do you miss the most from home?
From home?
Yeah.
Just football.
Yeah.
Big thing. Like knowing how Southampton Football Club are doing.
Yeah.
You know, that's food, obviously. Just the fact that there's no variety here, is there? Like you wake up, you survive. I've got my routine. I go down and I collect the water. I spend most probably half hour by myself.
Yeah.
Down collecting the water. You know, just thinking about the day, thinking about the previous day, trying to get myself into that positive.
Bit of personal time.
Yeah,
bit of your own fortress of solitude.
Yeah, and that's where I've done most of my thinking. But back at home there's variety. You know, the fact that if you want to sit there and watch a little bit of telly.
It's input. There's so much there's so much like things coming at you. You know, so many options of what to do.
Yeah, you know.
Everything's trying to grab your attention at home, isn't it? Essentially, like the TV screaming out, the laptop screaming out, the Wi-Fi, your phone. It's all kind of like screaming out at you, essentially.
Well, I do like the base, like part of this, like more basic living. You know, where money isn't a thing. Like, where
the freedom of we're limited by what's around us, but we've got the freedom. Nobody's like telling us to wake up at this time or go to bed at this time. We go by however the night sky is. If it's getting dark, we go to bed. If it's getting light, we get up. That kind of freedom.
It's all going back to what we as human beings, like when we first sort of progressed along evolution. What we were like as species, but it's I don't miss the sort of spending money. I've actually enjoyed not spending money.
Exactly.
But I have missed we miss but we're completely cut off. The only person I've spoken to for 2 weeks is you.
Exactly. It's
and
the interaction
you miss, in the world. Has something major happened? Has something major happened in my own family life?
Exactly. There'd be literally no way to know.
And that's the thing, is being this cut off for too long, is I think plays on your mental mind.
I think what happens in the outside world is playing on my mind. I just want to get back there, in terms of having an interaction with all your friends and your family, that kind of stuff, just to kind of get back to like a normal routine. Because we knew coming out here, we had a certain amount of days we could be out here. We flew out on the 28th. We leave on the 21st. But obviously we have to be out the rainforest the day before, because the flights are the next day. So we need to be out there and just be able to check ourselves back up and kind of eat some food before we get on a flight. But like that stuff doesn't play on my mind. And a lot of it just the food, and mostly I think it's just the life in England of being able just to sit down on a couch, not being bitten by bugs.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be a bit of a dream, not having bugs biting you non-stop.
Yeah, and having some food, some variety in what you drink. Nice cold beer might be nice
Yeah.
at the end of this. Yeah. Other than that, no.
How have you been finding like the blackouts? I know we've both been. Have you been finding the blackouts? I know we've both been kind of facing those. How's that been affecting you?
So it's affected you a lot more than it's affected me.
Yeah.
But I think that's because I've still got a lot of body fat to burn.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of energy that you know,
Stored in your body.
Yeah, I've got a lot more energy than you have.
Yeah.
But I get them every now and again.
Yeah.
I just try and keep hydrated. It's more, you know, how you're coping with them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely affected me in the sense that, you know, it started off quite light and it get more and more. It lasted longer, and also kind of the audio, the sounds of like the rainforest kind of like slowly mute down, and then as it kind of the blackout kind of fades back out into like normal vision, it kind of goes. The audio kind of returns at that point. This is obviously a new experience, but like, yeah, the blackouts are a thing, but they don't affect me other than within those, you know, 5-10 seconds. You know, it's just a temporary thing that kind of happens. You deal with it, you carry on. But a lot of it's just from standing up, you know, too quickly. You just got to give yourself a bit of time when you stand up. Or personally, for me, stand up and you know, take a bit of time just to accept the blackout, and then you know, continue. It doesn't affect me for the rest of the day. You know, there's no other symptoms. So obviously, it's just down to a lack of energy, a lack of food, a lack of sustenance. That's what it's caused down to. So it's not like an issue really. It's a very easy symptom, a minor symptom in my opinion, to the whole kind of lack of food situation. How have you been finding like the bug bites?
Oh mate. The bug bites took a while to get used to in the first week. Yeah. And then they sort of died down, and then over the last few days, they've gone crazy again, man. You know, I don't know whether it's something to do with the weather. Is it something, you know, we washed like properly yesterday, like down in the stream? Is it something to do with that? Is it to do with the shower? But I think last night I got bitten more than I've been any other day since I've been here, and it's, you know, there's always something to scratch, and I'm starting to come up with just, my body looks in
Scars.
pieces.
Yeah.
Through just scratching.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot I can do about it. You know, we don't have any insect repellent. Don't
Yeah.
have anything.
Too easy, wasn't it? If you took an insect repellent, that's not really survival, is it? You don't really carry that around like 24/7. But it's something which you kind of deal with. It's one of the most annoying things about it.
It's made sleep a lot more difficult. You know?
Yeah, it makes sleep very difficult.
But no, like, it's just something that you've had to kind of, it's become everyday life a little bit, to be fair. You know, you're gonna get bitten, you're gonna get scratched, you know, you're gonna end up scratching, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one of like, as soon as we're out, I'm gonna look forward to, you know, the bites going away, like I've just been bitten there. You know, so I'm looking forward to getting away from the insects, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Do you want to stand up and just give a quick twirl of each other? Okay. So as you can see on his back, so originally we had lots of bug bites which come out as little like red marks, but now more and more as time's gone on, we've kind of got more kind of scarring and kind of because we've been kind of, you know, scratching our bug bites, which is piercing our skin, making it scar up quite badly, as you can see right there, kind of all over. Just turn it, go back round to the back. Now lower back, the back's quite a big area, because obviously it's a place where you can't reach the bugs as well. I'm gonna see how I look. How does it look? A lot of bites.
So like, Dan's got a lot of bites, a lot of scratches, a lot of scars. You know, his arm. Show me your left arm.
Got no blood there from scratching too much.
Yeah.
It's like all over, just like blood in place. Like if you check.
It's almost like
there. blood from scratching.
Like an adult version of chicken pox.
Exactly, we look like heroin addicts essentially.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of pierce our skin non-stop. But yeah, it's definitely a big effect. But yeah, something it's like bug bites, something which you have to deal with, but it's not pleasant and it's constant. It makes it hard to sleep. But I find as well, it's easier to sleep when you're able to kind of share a bit more body heat, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like the cold does keep you awake more and it makes it hard to get to sleep.
Yeah.
So like sometimes when it gets to maybe, what I'm guessing is maybe 2 in the morning when it's probably at its coldest, you kind of have to like sleep a bit closer to each other.
Yeah, like back to back, innit?
Exactly, just to be able to just like get a bit more, just to get like that bit more body heat, just to get just a slight more warmth. It's not going to change the world in warmth, but it definitely makes a difference when you can feel heat, not just being generated from your own centre of your body, but maybe from somebody else's.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a little bit comforting as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can be raining.
Yeah.
To know that there's still someone there that's like next to you going through this sort of same pain.
Yeah. Sweet. I think that covers that for now, mate. Stop recording. Leave your audio on for now.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I think we need to know. That's it for now, mate.
Yeah.
I was going to do a vlog. I want to do a vlog over there. I quite like the location because it's kind of deep in rainforest.
Yeah.
You used to do a vlog as well.
Yeah.
So I find a good kind of background because personally I find, the log that you have to climb over to get to the water. One of the first ones you got to climb over, like the big logs. Put the camera there, and then it's facing that way. And I think the background is quite nice because you get like quite a good thickness to the rainforest. Don't know if there's anywhere else here. It's just amazing. But I think that location over there is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Tough audio.
I might go down there to be fair. So what we've got to do tomorrow? Cool.
If the sun comes out, there's still more filming to do, but it's not like us sitting down doing conversations.
Yeah.
Got to do quite a few time lapses, that kind of stuff. I want to do some more filming tonight.
Yeah.
And night vision. I can get your night vision out as well. That'd be sweet. Is that fully charged?
Yeah.
Does night vision work on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it wasn't working for a second, was it?
I think it works.
If it doesn't work, I guess that's one more thing we'd have to take.
What, the camera?
It's only good for night vision, that camera.
Yeah.
All the music and everything else. Your vlog personally, do mine?
Yeah, you can go do yours.
I've got the tripod right now. be a sunny day. There's more twigs to be dry. You could charge the large GoPro backpack, the large battery GoPro.
Yeah, one of them is charged.
That's sweet. So I might see if I can just film my shit here.
What here?
I'll try to if I can get good. Actually, I might get you to hold the camera for me.
Yeah. I always think it's better when it's like a blog and it's like that.
Yeah, I know. I have mine on the one I've done the one on a tripod.
Yeah, I've had mine
Wait,
on a tripod.
would it still look good if you hold the camera for me and I'll just do it to that?
Go on.
So fine with it?
How long's it gonna be?
Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Want to do it there?
Yeah, I like that background of those big leaves and
Yeah.
far farthest. I've already done one over there, so I'm just gonna have the same background. Isn't it?
Yeah. I'll do mine. Yeah. It's got the film. The thing stopped working. You know, like when you look through that.
Oh, sorry, mate. I turned that off.
Did you?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, man. Sorry, man. I can change it on if you want.
No, it's alright. Just tell me how I would turn it back on.
I'd have to do it myself, to be honest. I'd have to do it for the settings. I couldn't do it from memory. I just turn it to, there's a choice of either monitor and viewfinder, just viewfinder or just monitor, and I've set yours to just monitor. So when you have it to monitor and viewfinder, if you put anything over the viewfinder, it turns the monitor off. You know what I mean? If your thumb goes up, if your thumb goes anywhere near the viewfinder, it turns off the monitor, which is annoying.
Yeah. No, like there, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's, and it's, I find it annoying on mine. I should turn yours off at some point. Look forward to it. You found it?
Yeah, it's not important. It's just like for when I'm at home. But when I take pictures, I prefer
Let's see
to
where I
get
can find it.
back
I'll
to
show you.
It'd be good for me to just like try and find it.
Yeah, it's in the settings somewhere. So.
Yeah, finder and monitor.
Yeah.
Should we crack on? Could start raining.
Yeah, I do feel a bit few drops there. Yeah.
You want to tell me what you're doing?
Yeah. So James is just gonna eat the inside of here.
Yep.
Let's see what it looks like. we go.
Quite clear.
Inside there
Yep.
is kind of edible to a degree. So I'm just gonna.
Get that in focus. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make my way through eating it.
So what are you hoping to get from this, do you think?
Minimal calories just to sustain myself. Minimal. Take a seat, mate.
You gonna eat the browner bits?
Nah, avoid the brown mist, full of dirt.
Right. Should I sit here?
Sit on the other side. Yeah. Oh, it's not tasting too good. It's not as fresh as the other stuff I've had. This is kind of off the floor pretty much. That's better. That might be gone off, to be honest. Yeah, pretty sure this has gone off. I'm going to give it another go. But not tasting too fresh. It's got a slightly sweet taste to it.
A little bit of flossing.
Ah. It's kind of completely jammed. Yeah. I take it out. It's like, hey, it's trying to jam between my teeth. There. Yeah, it's not. Normally it tastes better than this, but because we're running out of these,
Let's try a little bit.
smash them out there. It's not tasting too fresh anymore. Kind of running out. I want to get like the kind of like the honeycomb type stuff. If you can get just honeycomb, not too bad. But as you can see,
Pretty dirty.
as you can see, it's all kind of going off. I'm just kind of eating the scraps.
I'd say it tastes a little bit like cucumber.
Yeah. It's quite sweet, isn't it? It's got a certain sweet taste to it. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely like cucumber. What is it?
I have no idea. Whatever it is, it kind of comforting to kind of put something chewable. I'm still yet to have a bowel movement in this rainforest. How about you?
Yeah, I've had two.
Two. How they been?
Fun.
How they been?
Yeah, man.
Fun.
Fun experiences.
Yeah, we're down to our scraps, to be honest. It's not too good. Gonna have to spit out once you get to the really fibrous parts. Kind of have to just like spit out the end part.
a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not thick, don't I? See what we can do with that. Said that, you know, this is all we've got left with it at the moment, which isn't too good, is it? So,
I'm all right now.
yeah,
I think it's not going to do a lot, is
it's
it?
not doing too well now, but I need something inside me. You know, we've got like potentially a 2-day trek just to get out of here.
Yeah.
So anything that can kind of raise my levels, it's going to be better than nothing. Done.
Yeah.
Okay, so so unfortunately because of the rain, kind of our twig pile that we were going to use for fire has now gotten very wet. We did bring some of it in. Wait, let me just start again. I need to change the focus.
Is that a twig pile?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, James, our twig pile, which we were using in order to make a fire eventually, when we do need it, has unfortunately kind of gotten wet. We did bring some of it in to the shelter with us, but we can only bring in so much before there's just no space, because, you know, it is quite cramped in there, isn't it?
We're running out of space.
Yeah, so yeah, the twig pile is our twig pile has gotten wet, and we did bring some of it into our shelter with us, but as you know, you may know, so it's pretty cramped in our shelter. So it's gotten pretty wet. As you know, our twig pile is in our shelter, making it a bit even more cramped than it already is. We're about maybe one more cramped night before I'll kind of kick you out.
Yeah.
And you've got to kind of build a mansion or something like that.
Yeah, man. Be better than this
Yeah.
anyway.
But you know, hopefully the sun will come out another day, and it will dry our pile again, and we can use that in collection. Because essentially, inside the wood, it's going to be kind of dry. If you can get some wood shavings, that's already part of our tinder done. So.
We've got a big bag already collected.
Yeah, full of it already, full of leaves. So yeah, that's all kind of good for now. Right now, well, during that thunderstorm, as you can see, a lot of the leaves on our shelter have been dying quite recently. So we're going to have to find some more leaves. Unfortunately, we've kind of gotten most of the big leaves from this area, so we will have to venture out further to kind of find anything. But you know, we continue. You know, thunderstorms always stop.
Yep.
So. What code are you?
Well, my hands are getting numb and that.
Try to show body heat then, and then that'll fix it. Keep your torso warm, and your hands will take care of themselves, won't they? hands still cold?
Yeah, a little bit.
Give me your hands. Find your hands into mine.
What?
No. Put your hands together.
Yeah.
Fine, let me show you mine. Just keep moving. Just wiggle them. My whole leg was pretty much swollen. My foot was very numb earlier, and I just moved it. And it stopped being there.
How come you don't want to use the silver then?
Because it's not. It shouldn't be used too often.
We've used it every day.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be used too often.
So we're not using it at all tonight.
Well, why? It shouldn't have to be used.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find my thing then. I need my bag. I'm gonna have to try and find my. What's it?
Do you want a bin bag?
That's what I wanted.
Do you want a bin bag?
Well, have you got a spare one?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was before.
That's what the bags are going to be.
If it gets too cold, I'll just use the silver thing.
Is it just your hands that are cold?
It's just my hands and my top.
Then give me your hands, mate. You put your hands in my hands for like 2 seconds. Are you moving around?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
How can they be cold if you're moving them around?
I've been putting them under my armpits. That's
Yeah.
how I'm trying to warm them up.
Keep moving them around. What your hands do now?
I'm feeling a little, still a little bit numb, but
Just keep them moving.
it's just the thumb. It's not my actual hand, it's just my thumb.
Keep them moving.
I'm just trying to get some sleep to get my mind off it even more. Sorry.
I thought it was a shared body heat. At the moment, you're like, keep moving around, you seem like you're cold.
That's because I am cold.
Yeah.
I was trying to get closer to you.
How's your hands?
Yeah, yeah. One's under my armpit, so.
Full body heat, turn around, put my arm around you. How you feeling now?
Yeah. Okay. Hands are still slightly cold, but. Not too bad. Yeah, no.
Huh? How bad are the bites?
I found a little ant one earlier. Like, you know, them fucking little trooper ants.
Yeah. The big or small ones?
You know, the little red ones.
Uh,
That was ugly, I think.
how you doing for temperature?
Yeah, alright, to be fair. I'm just always cold, mate, so. Not too worried about it.
Not always cold. Not cold in the summer.
No, when the sun's out, I'm not cold, but back home you get to bed late, so
Yeah.
here the mosquito net's not only there.
That's got holes in it.
Yeah. I need to find my bin bag at some stage.
Why?
Pardon?
But no, you can do it without the bin bag.
Well, it just helps, doesn't it? Same way that silver thing helps. Yeah. I've used it up until now, I don't see it makes no fucking difference using it now.
It makes no difference using it now.
What do you mean?
You can try avoid using it, so try avoid using it.
Yeah, we're in the last bit, so if it helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of things help. Food helps, water helps.
Mm.
I'm cold as well.
Are you still currently filming now?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Just see how hard you can push yourself.
Been doing that for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I think we figured out shelter. I think we can go harder.
If I need to use it, I need to use it. I'll make that decision when the time comes.
Can you just get your bin bag?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If I need to use it, I need to use it. I'll make that decision when the time comes.
Okay. You can find. Don't look for your bin bag.
Don't need to do it now.
You're feeling warming up.
Yep. pure.
Yeah, it's cold, that's it.